reason why I got interested in Venice is that it was a city that greatly influenced culturally the Mediterranean, the Adriatic especially, and Austria and Slovenia and Croatia, and it's the countries that I spent my childhood. And I wanted to plunge into a cultural experience of making a small homage to Venice. I think that Venice has a little bit like a Fata Morgana. It's this city in the middle of the lagoon, and it's completely surreal. It's a city on the water, and it has greatly inspired so many artists. This city is made of dreams, I think. It's because it's not usual, and therefore I think this is what it even today represents. Apart from the fact that it's a touristic magnet, I think it has a lot more to tell than just the surface. When I started to think about making a CD, it was not quite clear what it's going to happen, because we could make a period of about young Vivaldi, but then the more we entered into researching, the more it became clear that also the contemporaries of Vivaldi were extremely interesting, and that the mélange of it that sort of lived and was performed in Venice was very interesting to see Vivaldi and his city from a different perspective, also by performing his colleagues like Albinoni or Gasparini, with whom he worked together and who brought him into the theater world, and with whom he was in the same parish, and whose work was also mixed into the pasticci that Vivaldi had done all over his life again and again. And that mixture of influence was becoming more and more evident. So we decided at some point to call the CD overall just Venice, because it kind of spans this idea of a musical mixture, of an homage to a musical life. The construction of this program became so more and more evident for us that I didn't want to be constrained just to say I'm going to have composers from Venice, but also foreigners who performed in Venice or who had their pieces performed and who were influenced by the Venetian music style or who influenced the musical style. So, for example, we have Antonio Caldara, who is a Venetian, but who worked in Vienna and who has greatly influenced the Viennese Baroque style of the 18th century, while at the same time I chose to have an aria by Geminiano Giacomelli, who is not from Venice, but who performed his operas in Venice and whose music influenced again Vivaldi. When you do a recording, you sit for hours sometimes in the studio and you wait until it's your turn, and then you have to be so careful about the microphones, and it's kind of tiring. While a concert is so much more quick, because you do 2 days of rehearsal and then you go on stage and you sing.
He has a very high level of expressivity in every sense, in a very Baroque sense. So for the orchestra at Pomodoro was really challenging to try to be at least all the time at the same level of his really high level of expressivity.
The collaboration with Riccardo and Il Pomodoro came more or less very spontaneously and somehow by accident. I was very curious because I know Riccardo Minasi from many years of work that he had already as a soloist and as first violin in many Baroque orchestras in Europe. But I never knew him as a conductor or as a leader of a known ensemble. And I think that Riccardo and Pomodoro, who have a big knowledge of the music of Venice and of that time, that they really go stylistically so well with it. It's like breathing for them, it's so natural.
He's expecting really a lot since the beginning. When we start to record, he's always asking to us really the maximum we can give to him and give to the music immediately. So It's really fast, but it's asking really a lot of attention, a lot of participation.
Thank you.